Everyone talks about ChatGPT these days. But let's be real. They either go too much into the technical details or they just kind of brush it off like it's autocomplete on steroids. But in this video, we're going to go deeper to the right level. And by the end, you're going to be able to walk away with a mental model that sticks, filled with analogies, real world examples, research references, and practical takeaways. So stick around. Hi, I'm Edna. Welcome to my channel. I help software professionals grow their skills and become more productive by using AI powered tools and workflows. I've been in tech for over a decade now, and honestly, I've also experienced it all the promotions, the layoff, and also burnout. Which all of it together it made me just rethink everything. I never forget that morning when I realized that I had lost access to my work account. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, finally I must have broken VPN by having too many tabs open on web browser. But then the Slack messages started coming in and I realized that I was laid off. That moment made me see my career from a different lens and inspired me to create this space, this channel for real talk and real growth. I publish videos every week, so make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out. Okay, but first, what is an LLM, large language model? It is basically a system that predicts the next word and so on, token by token. And that's it. And we'll explain what tokens are in a little bit. Imagine when you train such a model on terabytes of text and billions of parameters, guess what happens? It becomes intelligent and fancy. Andrea Karpati, the former founding member of OpenAI and former director of AI in Tesla, said this about LLMs. Compression engine for the internet. Basically, taking messy human knowledge, compressing it into probabilities, then replaying it back when you prompt it so. OpenAI has a term for ChatGPT, stochastic parrot. It was a term that was popularized by Emily Bender and also Timnit Gebru's research paper, which basically means that a model repeats back its learned patterns without really understanding it, just like a parrot. But here's a powerful part. I don't know if you've ever used the Gmail's Compose Smart feature. Yeah, so that's like a baby ChatGPT, and ChatGPT, as we know it today, is basically its cousin. Let's do a quick demo. I'm going to quick open ChatGPT and let's type in a fragment phrase like in software engineering, technical debt is like, and let's see what happens. Wow, so ChatGPT completes it with an analogy. This basically shows the predictive power of ChatGPT at scale. If you've liked my video so far, I would really appreciate it if you like, comment, share, and also if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel to grow, but also to show this content to others who might find it useful. I will be forever grateful to you, but also I will respond to all of your comments as soon as I can. I promise. And here's a cute little video that I generated by AI for you. All right, let's continue, shall we? Oh, wait, as usual, please wait until the end because I have a joke for you. Let's go ahead and explain how the LLMs work under the hood. The first step is basically they take text, words, numbers, and break them down into smaller pieces, like Lego bricks. In this case, we call them tokens. It's basically like an example would be taking artificial intelligence, the phrase, and we would break it down into 4 different tokens. This helps LLMs be a system that is very flexible across different languages and code. Next, we're going to do a demo on Hugging Face, and I'm going to show you an example of how LLMs break things down into tokens. Open your browser and go to huggingface.co/tokenizer. In the input box, let's go ahead and type in a simple sentence. And artificial intelligence is amazing. Let's look closely. See how the sentence is split into fragments called tokens? Art, official, intelligence. Demonstrate and have the tokenizer handles subword units. After the tokenization process is completed, here's where the real deal happens. In 2017, Vaswani and colleagues wrote a paper called Attention is All You Need, which basically was the foundation for transformer architecture. Attention is basically always put on the spotlight by the model. It doesn't just look at the last word that you typed in your sentence in ChatGPT, for example. It really looks and weighs which words of that you've written matter the most. And it puts the spotlight, that its attention on those words. The third step is basically the layering. Imagine if you have 100 different interns looking at the sentence you're giving the model from a different angle. Some look at the verb you used, some look at the tone, some look at the syntax. And then all these interns, they pass around to each other the notes they've taken on your sentence, which is basically called multi-head attention. Okay, so we went from tokenizing to putting attention or spotlight on the most important words to using layers to look at the sentence from different perspectives. And now we are at the last step, which is called probability engine. It's basically these models don't just pull something and give that to you from their memory. No. So they, based on the context, so like whatever has already been written so far for that sentence, they take that context and generate top 5 probable next words. And then they pick one and then move on to generating the next word, and it goes on and on. That is why these models, LLMs like ChatGPT, can write essays, can write code or poems. Try a prompt like "the cat sat on the," and kind of watch like how the model ranks different options and picks them based on probability. Things like on the mat or floor or couch. Actually, Hugging Face has a really nice visualization tool that we're going to try next. Let's go ahead and go to the Hugging Face website and enter the sentence, basically your prompt. We were using earlier, the cat sat on the. All right, as you can see, the tool should display the next possible tokens, words or subwords, along with their probability scores. Some tools present this as a heat map also, or bar chart or list. Now, the so what? How do we actually use this power at work? Well, the first thing you want to do is think and act like a prompt engineer. When you're giving your prompt to LLMs like ChatGPT, make sure that you're specific and clear on the task, give any context that you have, any constraint, and also like the output format that you wanted to give you the answer. Here's an example. Write a Python function that parses a JSON file and logs errors with timestamps. Return code only in a fenced block. As Ethan Mollick puts it, prompting is basically the new most important management skill. You basically treat LLM, the model, as your teammate. Well, more like a junior level teammate. So you always have to review its work. It's like when you're using Copilot that it writes code for you, you act like the PR reviewer. You gotta, code that, review that code. The other thing you can do is if you have a big like ask from the model, it's always good to break it down into smaller tasks and then take the output from one task and feed it into and add to it. Basically, daisy chain your until you get to what you want. Here's an example. Summarize this legacy function. Then the output, take that output and put suggest test cases. Then write the test cases. And then at the end, once you've picked all of your cases, test cases, you can be like, generate a test runner. This basically reduces the amount of risk. And lastly, remember to be skeptical of the response and output that you get. Um, it is known that LLMs basically hallucinate sometimes. It is getting better, but even Sam Altman said that you should treat them as high variance interns. So always check your work, especially for very critical and important tasks. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you hit like button and then also comment, share it. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps the channel grow, but also to show this content to others who might find it useful. And now I leave you, like I always do, with a little joke because life is too short not to laugh. What is LLM's favorite pickup line? I can complete your sentences.